Hello everybody, I'm Coach Earl and Andy is here with us, and today we're going to go through a sun salutation and warrior sequence. So as we go through these series, we'll have some that are more active, more restorative. This one's a little more active than normal. So we're going to start off with a nice easy seated position. Go ahead and cross your legs, bring those elbows to the knees. Go ahead and gaze forward, close those eyes, and then start to concentrate on your breath, breathing in through the nose and back out through the nose. Nice, slow breaths. Start to throw away any thoughts from anything that happened today, anything that you're worried about in the future. This is just about you in the present on your mat here. Okay, we're going to swing our feet around, come to a nice level tabletop position. From there, we're going to go ahead and bring our knees nice and wide inside that mat, coming into a child's pose, bringing our feet together. First, taking those hips all the way back into those heels as far as you can, keeping those hips back, reaching up with those fingertips, keeping those elbows up off the ground, feeling that huge stretch from the fingers all the way down that lower back. Continue to breathe in through that nose and out through that nose. Let's go ahead and walk both our hands over to the right side of our mat. Once there, we're going to go ahead and really push back that left hip. Feel that big long stretch all the way down to that left shoulder, all the way down to the hip. Let's go ahead and walk our hands all the way over to that left side of the mat. And go to that big stretch all the way through the right side. We're going to walk our hands back to the middle. We're going to go ahead and reach up with our right hand straight up into the air, trying to stack those shoulders on top of each other. Then go ahead and thread that hand underneath that opposite arm, bringing that shoulder down to the ground, pushing those hips back as you do it. Feeling that spinal twist. Unwinding back to center, we're going to go ahead and lift left hand straight up into the air. Then go ahead and thread that under that opposite arm, pushing back to those hips. Coming back to center, we're going to go ahead and bring our elbows in right underneath our shoulders. We're going to bring those knees in line with those elbows, those hips directly up, straight up above those hips. From there, we're going to then go ahead and just keep those hips right there, extend out those hands, bringing our chest down towards the mat into that puppy pose. Walking those elbows back under the shoulders, we're going to go ahead and bring our hands up and come on up into a plank position. So we're going to have our hands directly under our shoulders, those feet in line with our hands, that back in a nice straight line from the back of the neck down to the heels. We're going to keep our hands and our feet right in that position, and then we're going to lift those hips up into that downward facing dog, driving those heels back into the mat. And then we're going to go ahead and pedal those feet. We're going to bend one knee, pushing that opposite heel back just a little bit further. Then on your breath, breathing in through that nose, out through that nose, pedaling back and forth. Coming back into that downward facing dog, we're going to look between our hands and we're just going to walk ourselves all the way up to the front of our mat till we find ourselves in a nice forward fold, just letting everything hang. You can cross those hands to those elbows. Maybe sway back just a little bit each way. Feel that extra stretch on your side. And let those hands and arms hang down, that head hang down. We're going to lift up nice and slowly. As slowly as we can, one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to come up should be that head. We're going to come in that mountain pose with those palms facing forward, those shoulders back, gazing out in front of us. And from here, we're going to go through some sun salutations. We're going to do the first one together, nice and slow, and then we're going to do 4 more on our own breath. So each movement you should do a breath either in through the nose or out through the nose with each movement. This first time we'll do it nice and slowly. So we're going to start with that upward salute as we breathe in. And then we'll swan dive all the way down as we're breathing out. Coming up, breathing in that halfway lift, bringing those shins, those hands up the shins till you get that back nice and flat. That neck elongated, those hips pushing back. And then breathing out, we'll bend our knees, bring both hands down to the mat. We'll step or hop back into a plank. From there, we're going to lower ourselves with those elbows right against the sides of our body. From there, we'll come up into that cobra. So we'll bring our feet together, toes pointing out, legs together. Not putting any pressure on those hands, lifting that chest up off the mat. We'll go ahead and curl those toes under, pushing up into that downward facing dog. From there, we'll go ahead and either step or hop back up to that forward fold. And then from there, we'll come all the way up with that upward salute, finally bringing our hands to our heart. Now we're going to go through that 3 more times on our own breath here. So we will begin right now with that upward salute. You can actually do an upward facing dog in place of that cobra if you want to here. You can curl those toes back under and back in that downward facing dog. And step up, hop up, forward, and back up to that upward salute. Bring those hands to our heart. 2 more times on your own breath. Do that one more time. Fantastic. Now we're going to step back to the middle of our mat. We're going to, one more time, do that upward salute. Swan dive down to the mat, bending both those knees, stepping back into that plank position. From there, we'll go up into that downward facing dog, lifting that right leg straight up into the air. From here, we're going to take that knee to our elbow, coming forward into that plank, moving it at our elbow, back to that downward facing dog. This time we're going to bring the knee to the nose, arching our back up to that three-legged dog. This time bring that knee across to that opposite elbow, back to that three-legged dog. Then go ahead and look between your hands. Bring that foot up between those hands, dropping that back knee and lifting up into that low lunge. From there, go ahead and push that knee forward, right above that ankle. We're going to then bring those hips forward, bringing those hands up into the air, little back bend. There we'll bring our hands on each side of our foot, curl those back toes under, and from there lift up into a high lunge. So we should be on our back toes, both toes pointing forward, that back leg straight, that front knee still bent with that knee right above that ankle. From here we'll move straight into that warrior one. So we'll go ahead and plant that back heel, bringing that back foot to about 45-degree angle on your mat. Keeping those hips pointing forward, everything else the same. From here we'll move into that warrior two. One hand out in front, one behind that back heel or foot turning to 90 degrees upon your mat. From here, we're going to go ahead and turn that front palm up, and we're going to reverse that warrior. Coming back into that warrior two, we're going to go ahead and straighten out that front leg. We're going to lean that upper body forward, and then from there just tilt into that triangle. Trying to stack our hips, bringing one shoulder on top, the other. Then coming back up into that warrior two. We're going to bring our hands back behind our body. We're going to take a half a step up with that back foot, bringing that back foot back to about that 45-degree angle, shifting those hips forward, that front leg straight. We're just gonna lean forward, that exalted warrior, that humble warrior, bringing that chest down towards that thigh. Raising back up. We're going to go ahead and bring our hands out in front of us. We're going to go into that warrior three. So we're going to come up onto that back toe. You could stay right there, or you can start leaning forward. You can start lifting that back foot up off the ground, trying to keep your balance, trying to keep everything parallel. If you come out of it, that's okay. Just come back into it. Again, work on that. You might have a little better balance on one side or the other. But we're all going to come back down those feet together. Come back to that mountain pose. We'll go ahead and come that upward salute and then swan dive. Down, bend those knees, step back into that plank, making sure those hands are under those shoulders, feet in line with those hands. We're going to just raise those hips into that downward dog. This time we'll go ahead and lift that left leg straight up into that three-legged dog. From here, we'll bring that knee to elbow. Coming back. That knee to nose. Back three-legged dog. Then bring that knee to the opposite elbow. Back to that two-legged dog. Then go ahead and looking between those hands, we'll go ahead and swing that foot up, dropping that back knee into that low lunge. First bringing that knee out over that ankle, bringing those hips forward, and coming into that low lunge. From here, we'll bring both our hands straddling our foot. We'll go ahead and curl those back toes under, pushing up into that high lunge. From here, we'll go right into that warrior one, planting that back heel, keeping that front knee over that ankle, those hips rotating forward, pushing into the outside of that back foot into the mat, that back leg straight. We'll go ahead and turn into that warrior two. Turn that front palm up. We'll go ahead and reverse that warrior. Coming back, that warrior two. We'll go ahead and straighten up that front leg. Shift that weight forward, and then turn into that triangle. Trying to stack that right shoulder right on top of that left shoulder. The rotation here is more important than getting the hand down to the ground. If you're a little further up, that is fine. We're going to come all the way back up, bring our hands behind us, that half step up, and go to that humble warrior on this side. Big stretch to the front hamstring. Remember to continue to breathe into that nose, up to that nose. This entire sequence. Let's go ahead and raise back up. Take that half step up, that arms in front of us. We're going to go into that warrior three on this side so you can come up on those toes. And you start to lift those feet, foot off the ground. It helps if you pick a spot a couple feet in front of you on the floor and just stare at that spot. And then bringing those feet together. This time we're going to walk those toes all the way together, bringing those hands straight up above us, those shoulders up and out. We're going to sit back in a chair pose. You can keep our arms up or bring those hands to your heart. Might help you bring that chest up a little further. And from here, we're just going to come up onto our toes and lower ourselves all the way down into a tippy-toe pose, feeling that nice stretch, letting gravity stretch out those quads. And when you're ready, bringing our hands down to the mat, we're going to sit back carefully, and we're going to lay all the way down onto that mat. Before we end our practice, we're just going to bring one knee up into our chest. We're going to bring that other knee up into our chest. And from there, let's just make some circles one way, pressing our lower back into the mat. Continuing to breathe. And reverse that the opposite direction. Now let's go ahead and bring both our feet back down towards the outside of that mat. Take our palms up, laying back, closing our eyes, just concentrating on your breath for this next minute. Continue to breathe into the nose, out through the nose. Breathe in on a nice 3 count. Hold that for a 3 count. And then breathe back out. On a 3 count. A triangle breath. We're just going to roll over on our right side just for another moment, keeping those eyes closed. Fetal position. When you're ready, coming up to a nice seated position. Again, you can cross your legs, have your legs out straight, however you'd like. We're going to bring our hands to our heart. We're going to go through a couple of cleansing breaths. We're going to breathe in all we can, as much as we can, into our nose, and blow that out through the mouth. Thank you for joining us through this series, we'll be going through a number of different sequences. Like I said, this one it's a little more active. Next time will be a little more restorative. But anyway, thank you for joining us, and namaste, everybody. I think it's good. We'll see. What? We'll be off. Like, we did that whole thing and none of it recorded.
There was a phone call in the middle.
That's okay. I might be able to edit that out.